Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you a really simple oatmeal recipe that I like to use to make your own instant oatmeal at home without having to buy the prepackaged stuff. I think it tastes a lot better. It allows you to have a lot more variety of what you want to put in it and what you want to leave out of it. And it's probably a little better for us because it doesn't have all of the same preservatives and other additives that some of those oatmeals have. So there are a couple different ways or different containers you can put it in. It depends on how long you want it to last once you make it up. You could just use a jar like this. I think this is really made for overnight oats, but this is just going to be regular oatmeal. You can put it in a sandwich bag. Even I do this a lot when I'm going to take it camping, so it's all ready to go. You can leave it in this sandwich bag for up to a year and it'll still be good in this jar as well. And you could also put it in a Mylar bag with an oxygen absorber. I can't talk today. An oxygen absorber if you wanted it to last a lot longer for many years. And you could also use a regular canning jar and vacuum seal the lid, and that would last. I'm not sure how long that would last, but I'm sure it would last quite a while if there's no air in there. So I'm going to show you this recipe. I'm going to make it in both of these things. I do use a canning funnel when I'm trying to put in the jar. It just helps me from keeping it from going everywhere all over the place. And the only thing you really need is some kind of container. It could even be in a Tupperware container. Anything. One thing good about making it in the jar or in like a Mylar bag is you can add the hot water right to the container and you don't have to worry about it. If you put it in a sandwich bag, you'd have to put it into a bowl first. And then you just need some measuring cups and the ingredients. And I'll go over the ingredients as we go and some of the ways you can change it up. So I just use the quick oats. That's what I use because it makes it really fast. All you need is the boiling water. And for this recipe, you just put in 1/2 cup of the oats. And actually, to get it in this sandwich bag, I usually borrow the box that the sandwich bags came in to hold it up for me because it's a lot easier and it doesn't hurt anything. I use the funnel so it doesn't get in there. So we're just going to get 1/2 cup of oats and put it in to each container. And I'll probably spill some because I'm good at that, but that's okay. And it doesn't have to be exact. I just do about 1/2 cup. Just put that in there. And this actually makes a fairly large serving. Sometimes it's almost a little bit more than I want to eat for breakfast. And then I'm just going to stick this in here so I don't spill it into my box. There we go. Give it a little shake. All right, so that's the first ingredient, of course, because we're making oatmeal. And then the second thing I put in is some type of powdered milk. I happen to use Thrive Life for most of my freeze-dried products, but you could use, dry milk from Walmart, any kind of instant milk. But you're gonna put 2 tablespoons of milk powder. And like I said, you can always adjust this. You can put only 1 in there, you can put more. It just depends on how you like your oatmeal. So you can test it out. There's no right or wrong amount or answer. The second ingredient I put in is I get these honey crystals from Thrive Life. I don't like to put sugar in my oatmeal, but these honey crystals give it just a little bit of sweetness, but not much. You don't really taste the sweetness that much. Oh, I just opened this jar. Let me take that out. And I usually put, excuse me, 1 tablespoon of the honey in there. I think I can do this without the funnel. All right, there we go. All right, and then just gonna make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I do this without thinking a lot of times. All right, so the next thing I use is some type of freeze-dried fruit. You can use whatever kind of fruit you like. They have freeze-dried fruit from Thrive Life. This is some raspberries. I'm gonna make one with that. And this is actually great value from Walmart. These are banana berry medley. So it has banana, strawberry, and blueberries. So I usually put in, I don't know, I just put some in. It's probably like 1/4 cup, but I just kind of use my own judgment and put what I want in there. So I'm just going to use this tablespoon and put I don't know if that'll work because these bananas are kind of big. It might. All right, so I'm just going to put about 1/4 cup. Actually, I think it's just easier to dump it And like I said, you can add more or less if you, whatever you want. I'm gonna add just a, actually I'm gonna grab a couple of these blueberries because I don't think any went in there. There's that. And then in this one, I'm gonna add some of these raspberries. These Thrive Life raspberries, they smell amazing. They taste amazing. I just eat them sometimes without putting them in anything. And they're pretty big raspberries usually in there. I mean, they do break up because they're freeze dried, but all right, I think that's probably enough. And then depending on what kind of fruit you have and what kind of flavor, you can put vanilla powder in there. You can put cinnamon powder in there. I mean, cinnamon powder, I meant ground cinnamon. You can put any type of thing you want. I think I'm going to put in the vanilla with my raspberries because I happen to like that together. And I usually just put a 1/4 of a teaspoon of that in there. I think that's what I usually put. Let me check. Yeah. Yeah, I usually put like 1/4 of a teaspoon. So there's that. And I think I'll put the cinnamon with my other fruit over here just so I have 2 different flavors. And you can change this too. You might want a 1/2 teaspoon. You might want a 1/4. I kind of go back and forth a little bit. Sometimes I just round the 1/4 off and make it in there. So now that we have those things in there, this is what it looks like. So it doesn't look like much, and all you have to do is boil water and you can put a cup of water in there. I prefer about 3/4 of a cup. I like my oatmeal a little bit thicker, but you can adjust the water too to whatever you like. So I usually just take these and kind of roll them up like this just to get most of the air out. And then I just close them up. And with this one, it's just like this. So you can add your water right to this jar. So this is a really easy way to do it. I think I found these either on Amazon or Temu. I got a 4-pack pretty cheap. And you just put the lid on. And then that's ready to go. And like I said, you can leave it in this or this version for up to a year before it would start getting stale. And I also have some made up in Mylar bags that I keep just as part of my prepper pantry. So that's the recipe that I use, and I will put the recipe down in the description, but this is delicious. I've given it to my family. They've all tried it. They love it. And some other ideas of other things you could put in there, like if you're not a big fruit person or you don't like the honey flavor, you can also use like yogurt. These is freeze-dried yogurt bites. You can put those in there by themselves. This happened to be vanilla. I think there's a couple other flavors. But you could also put, instead of the milk in the honey, instead of that, you could put the yogurt bites in the fruit. So you can kind of play around with it. Anything freeze-dried or in a powder form, you can add to this oatmeal. And it's kind of fun, and it changes it up, and it's really tasty. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you'll give this oatmeal a try. It's really delicious. If you do try it, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, or let me know of any other versions of this recipe that you think would be great or tasty. And I really appreciate it. And I will go find Tank for you so he can say bye and hi. He just ran behind me. You might have saw him. Oh, I think he is back there in the video looking at something. But I hope you have a great day. Live every day to the fullest and respect nature. And I'll go get Tank.